Hey, everybody. Welcome. Oh, Khalil's on the roll today. Third video. But before I go back to work on Monday morning, I wanted to make sure I get in this follow-up on Wack 100. That's right. I did a piece on Wack 100, but I couldn't find the actual blog that I had done. But I found it. And so I want to read it to you. And so just to get you caught up to speed on my brother Wack 100, I did a video about Wack 100 a few days ago, not yesterday or 2 days ago. Anyway, go back about 2 or 3 videos and you'll see the Wack 100 blog. And you should check it out before you check this one out, but you can watch this one and go back. But I talk about in that one, I talk about how Wack 100 almost whooped my ass. See, I ain't afraid to talk about. I'm a vulnerable kind of man. I'm not Mr. Billy Badass. And my ass can be whipped. Now, if I got that if I got that wild thing on my hip, which I do have a carry and conceal permit, if I get to that first, then, it's an equalizer of sorts. But I wanted to share this vlog. I'm telling you, when I used to write for allhiphop.com, oh, I had so much shit to write about. I mean, can you imagine this fuck nigga Israel Doctrine recently talking about, I used to chase a nigga named Minister Paul Scott around the allhiphop.com streets because I was fresh out of titles and fresh out of content. What a fucking lie and liar he is. I wrote about everybody from Jay-Z to Kanye to goddamn Wack 100. I wrote a lot of shit. Eminem and Lil Wayne. I wrote about all kind of rappers and rap situations. And that's why I got a whole, what they call it, playlist. The playlist is called the Khalil Amani Files. And in the Khalil Amani Files, you can find the best of Khalil Amani. Because I am a writer first and foremost. Before I was a vlogger with a V as in victory. Before I was a vlogger, I was a blogger. Don't get it twisted. Writing is my first love. So yeah, I want to go back and share the story of how Wack 100 almost whipped my ass. I mean, I'm just a meddler. I be meddling. I wrote this article. It's called Wack 100. Anti-Suge or Boss Bully? I found the article. And so the long, short end of it is this. I met Wack 100 at one of DJ K-Slay's Straight Stuntin' magazine parties in New York City on the Hudson River. Before we boarded the actual boat to go party, I saw Wack 100 walking by, on the dock. I said, ooh. I was kind of starstruck. And I said, let me get a picture with Wack 100 real quick. And so I stepped up to Wack 100 and said, yo, Wack, can I get a picture? And Wack said, not now, homie, catch me later. He blew me off, y'all. Pause. Hurt my little feelings. He hurt my feelings. He wouldn't take a picture with me. He told me to catch him later. Now, any self-respecting man is not going to ask another man for a picture a second time. Oh, hell to the no, no. Fuck it. I guess I won't get my picture. My ego was bruised, and my manhood was telling me, don't you ask that nigga a second time for a picture. What if he says no a second time? He will fuck up your night. You didn't flown in from Colorado. You didn't flown 2,000 miles from Denver to New York City to go hang out for a night of debauchery and libations with the one and only DJ K-Slay. May he rest in peace. Don't you ask that nigga for a second picture. It'll fuck up your whole night, Khalil. All these bad bitches on this boat and a nigga upset you? What the fuck? So I put it in my mind that I would not ask Wack 100 for a second picture, for a picture a second time. He probably would have given it to me because he would remember that he said no the first time, but he might have played me like a bitch and said, nah, nigga, I ain't got time. Yeah. I mean, I was in New York on the boat with DJ K-Slay and Wack 100. Yes, I was. Yeah. It was this night, and my swag was in full effect. I'm rocking the Coon shirt, Coon, Coon. Coon means consciously optimistic, overtly nihilistic. It's just, one of my philosophical ghetto shits I had going on. Had the cool blogger, said hot blogger on my head. I was looking good. Yeah. Met people like the General. Took pictures with him. This was the same night that Wack 100 blew me off and wouldn't give me a picture. But I was stunting. Yes, I was. Taking pictures with hotties. And believe it or not, me and this chick right here, we was roommates. I had gone to a hostel. I mean, I didn't plan on. I booked my flight. I booked my hotel. Now I understand why the hotel was so cheap. It was a beautiful hotel. But when I got there, I realized I had booked the goddamn hotel. Excuse me, not a hotel. I booked a hostel. You know what a hostel is? A hostel is where people who don't have a lot of money or they just going to be there for a little bit and they just need a place to wash their ass and take a nap real quick and get up and out of there. It's a big ass dormitory. Some dormitories are men on one side, women on the other side. This dormitory, actually, believe it or not, it was a gay and lesbian hostel. I recognized that when I got there. But there were some fine ass women. And this chick right here, she was visiting from America. Her English was bad, but she had a badass body. And she ended up being my date that night and going to see DJ K-Slay, where Wack 100 would be. I'm just giving you a little backstory. Yeah. That's me. On the boat. Oh, so many fly chicks. Yeah, that's me. I was drinking. We on the boat. Statue of Liberty in the background. Who took this picture? The little Latina honey you just saw. That's who took the picture. Yeah. That's me and her again. Oh, we was hugged up all night till the break of dawn. Yes, we was. She's not from America. She's not a white girl. She's from Colombia. And she brought all that Colombian sexiness here. It was so beautiful. I'm staying in a hostel And I struck up a friendship and a conversation with this chick right here. And she goes, Poppy, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? I said, oh, I'm going to a industry party on a boat. Oh, can I go? I'd like to go. Can I go with you? I said, well, it's about $100 a ticket. Oh, I have lots of money. Can I go? Can I get a ticket? So I called DJ K Slay and said, DJ K Slay, I have a guest. You mind if I bring her? He goes, yeah, no problem. Now, $100 a ticket, but I was a guest of DJ K Slay, so I didn't have to pay nothing. But she gave me $100. I made sure that, K Slay got his money. And she was my guest. I actually had a date. I mean, my wife back in Denver, she gave me a hall pass like no other. Oh, yes, she did. So we left the hostel together. Let me tell you a quick story. We're going to get to Wack 100, don't worry. But let me tell you a quick story. So after this chick right here found out that she was going to go with me to an industry party with DJ K Slay, she goes in her suitcase. She starts pulling out all these dresses. And the chick, she gets butt naked. Well, she had a thong on. No bra, but she had a thong on. She gets butt naked in front of me and starts trying on 5 or 6 dresses and asking me my opinion about what I thought was appropriate and what looked good on her. I mean, these chicks from Colombia, these Latinas, they don't have no hang up about nudity. She just got nude right in front of me. And when I tell you, I sat in the chair and watched her undress 5 or 6 times, and I had a hard on that was raging from here to China. And this bitch had a bad body. She was like, hey, Poppy, do you think this look good? Turn around. And she put it on, and she turned around, swirl. Well, let me try this one. I swear to God, on my mama's grave, she got booty naked in front of me. Never knew her, never met her till just now. That's her again. Oh, we was hanging out. You see that ass on her? You can see the shape of this bitch's legs and her ass. I ain't gonna tell you everything that went on with me and her. But just know that I was let's see, how old was I? I was about 55 years old. Yeah. I was about 55 years old. Just know that she made me feel 25. That's all I have to say about that. Shh, be quiet. She made me feel like a young man that night. I'm old enough to be her fucking daddy. And there's the king. This was the night that I met Wack 100. I'm just giving you the backstory. Bear with me. Oh, I took lots of pictures. I took lots of pictures with all kind of beautiful honey bunnies. Ain't she a cutie pie? What a fucking darling she is. Oh my God. I said I took so many wonderful pictures with so many beautiful chicks. And they all smelled absolutely delicious. Yes, they did. Oh, I love my wife so much. I mean, she gave me a real live weekend hall pass. I went from New York to Atlanta the very next day after this DJ K Slay boat ride. Yes, I did. Look at me. I mean, I was living my life. Yes, I was. Just hanging out with young, beautiful people, men and women. But I could not get a picture with Wack 100. Don't worry, we're going to get to that. What a dope picture. What a dope ass picture. And I'm telling you, I'm faded like a motherfucker. I'm not even much of a drinker. But I was drinking that night. All right. And there's me and DJ K Slay. DJ K Slay took a picture with me, but I couldn't get a fucking picture with Wack 100. All right, let's go to it. And so that was one event in one year, 2014 or so. And so about a year and change passed by. I was always salty about the fact that Wack 100 refused to do a photo op with me. I was salty about it. I just was. I ain't gonna lie, I was in my feelings. But about a year and a half or so went by, and I wrote this article. I wrote it for my own site, and I wrote it for allhiphop.com. This is the article as it looked on my site, checking out Wack 100, Anti-Suge or Boss Bully on the Khalil Amani Reader. Okay? I sent this article to allhiphop.com, and they kind of reworded the title something like this. Something like this. Okay. So when allhiphop.com, as you see in the top left-hand corner, allhiphop.com got me. In other words, they published my article. This was about a year and change after Wack 100 snubbed me for the photo op at the DJ K-Slay party in New York City. Got it? Got it. So I wrote this article, and then allhiphop.com, they would rework the title, and they made it pretty long. Is the game's manager, Wack 100, the anti-Suge Knight, or the biggest boss? Exclusive hip-hop news, interviews, rumors, rap and music videos. All hip-hop. Okay, got it? So I want to read this article to you now. I want to read this article to y'all. Yes, I do. The article that almost got me a bully beat down. Now, mind you, this is before Wack 100 really got famous. He wasn't on YouTube. He wasn't on social media. Yes, he was. He was on X, which used to be Twitter. His name was Cash Jones. That's right. Oh, before I get to that, let me just show you that we do have a connection, because as a writer for DJ K-Slay's Straight Stuntin' magazine, Wack 100, at the very same time, Wack 100 was the West Coast CEO of DJ K-Slay's Straight Stuntin' magazine. Did you hear what I said? I said at the same time that I was writing for DJ K-Slay's magazine, Wack 100 was the West Coast, California CEO of the magazine. Let me just show you that. So here's the magazine. It's called Straight Stuntin' magazine. It is a urban model magazine. That's right. What does it feature? It features urban models. Many of the women you might see in rap videos, they're in this magazine. And the magazine is owned by DJ K-Slay. Some of the pages are kind of jacked up here. But it's an urban model magazine. And so you will see beautiful pictures. Excuse me. Again, it's an urban model magazine which features beautiful urban models, thick models. DJ K-Slay, he specialized in doing this magazine for women that are a little thick. He didn't want to have these, your typical skinny models. He wanted black and Latina and some white women in here that are thick, thicker than a Snicker. So yeah, in here, I just kind of go through. Not only was there pictures of women, also really wonderful articles about technology and books and stuff, and including myself. So he has had women in there, hip hop related stuff, different icons of the music industry. What an exciting interview. There's mine. See, there's me. There's my article by Khalil Amani. I did an article about planking in this magazine. So, yeah, I mean, he just had wonderful, wonderful, beautiful black and Latina and some white women in the magazine. Women that were thicker than a snicker, had nice bums, nice booties, that kind of thing. But he also had a lot of information. And this magazine was wildly popular in the penal institutions of America, in prisons and jails. Oh, yeah. Just a bunch of beautiful, beautiful women. But now, there's my article, and this is the connection between me and Wack 100. He's in here too. Let me find him. I had it here and lost it. Some beautiful women. There he goes. Wack 100. His real name is Cash Jones, aka Wack. There he goes. Handsome young man. And so at this time, Wack 100, he was the West Coast CEO of this very magazine. That's why I wanted to do a picture op with him. Got it? Got it. I'm giving you backstory. Khalil Amani really has been around the industry. There it is. And there's Wack right there also. That's right. That's right. Khalil Amani and Wack 100. In the same magazine. Oh yeah, it's less than 6 degrees of separation. And there I am, Khalil Amani, talking about that phase when people were walking around doing that little thing where people were planking. Okay, y'all got it? So this was the magazine. Again, it has urban models along with great articles on music and technology, literature, all kind of stuff. And he employed me. And I think my name is in the front, in the cover of this magazine. There's my name right there. Contributing the light. Contributing writers, there I am. D. Vasquez, 7. Lil Nat, DJ Juanito, Lenny Green, Khalil Amani, etc., etc., etc. I'm proud to have been able to write for this iconic DJ who has since passed away. The legendary DJ K. Slade. Got it? Yeah. All right. Yeah, my life has been wonderful. I'm not these Rudy Poot ass YouTubers, the Israel Doctrine type that tried to connect themselves to shit that had nothing to do with them. I really got a backstory. And a bitch just said, oh yeah, Khalil, the well done ran dry. He don't have no more content. Girl, I got... Please. Please, please, and please, cut it out. I have lived a full, rich life. I have been afforded the opportunity to travel. I have a great wife that allows me to go out and do these kind of things. She trusts me. I'm not that bad of a boy. I know how to conduct myself. Anyway, now that you see the connection between myself, I was a writer for DJ K. Slade's Straight Stuntin' magazine for 10 beautiful years. And so, I wrote this article. And so when I wrote this article, I wrote it because I started thinking that this dude, Wack 100, he might be the new and improved or the Suge Knight 2.0. Oh yeah. I saw him knock out a white rapper named Stitches in Miami on South Beach. He was getting somewhat of a bully reputation. Now, granted, that white rapper Stitches, he had it coming. He tried to attack Game, and Wack 100 took up the cause and socked his ass out, put him on his pockets. That's not really bullying, but that just that vibe that he's a bad motherfucker. You know, bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town, badder than old King Kong and meaner than a junkyard dog. I know that song is older than a lot of you all, but there was a song. Yeah, bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town, badder than old King Kong and meaner than a junkyard dog. Google it. And so I wrote this article. And wouldn't you know, because allhiphop.com gets about 37 million views a month on their website, it was bound that Wack 100 would see my article. It was a little bit, it wasn't disrespectful, it was satirical, it was funny, it was witty, it was cutting edge. I didn't know how Wack 100 will respond to it, but he scared the shit out of me with his Instagram post. So now let's just go read the article first, and then I'll show you what Wack 100 had to say. All right, here it is. As you see, it's at allhiphop.com. 2016. This article, is the game's manager, Wack 100, the anti-Suge Knight, or the biggest boss? It's by Khalil Amani. Yes, it is. Let's read. I got beef with Wack 100. When I see him again, it's gonna be on and poppin'. I'm gonna walk up to him like I did at the last DJ K-Slay party and ask him for a picture. If he slights me, I'm gonna do exactly what I did the last time he blew me off. Go sit my bitch ass down somewhere and pout. Why he wouldn't take a picture with me is anyone's guess. Yo, Wack! We're on the same team! Straight Stuntin' Magazine, baby! Anyhow, Wack 100, aka Cash Jones, appears to be hip-hop's newest fade beatdown giver. A powerfully built short fellow standing at a mere 5 feet 7 inches on a rainy day. This guy got niggas back the fuck upping. Wack is the game's manager and muscle. He also manages Ray J and is CEO West Coast for DJ K-Slay's Straight Stuntin' Magazine. You might have spied him on Loving Hip Hop Hollywood. Don't get it twisted, you internet trolls. Wack 100 ain't riding the game's coattails. Wack B's doing deals and making shit happen behind the scenes. Dude brokers deals. Wack been getting money going back to those Suge Knight heydays. If you check the record, you'll see that Wack and the game weren't always cool, but because of street politics, real recognized real, and the two became forged and sharpened as steel sharpens steel. This dude lives in a big house, drives the flyest whips, has a beautiful wife, yet this guy is quintessential Lil Wayne when he raps. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. You do know that the G in the word lasagna is silent. And by the way, Wack 100 is only 39 years old. Back then, of course. For you internet trolls who love to highlight a nigga's age. And done more than the average Negro will ever do in these streets and in this industry. Wack is street certified. A member of Los Angeles' Piru Blood set who did a bid in the Pokey prison and got his weight up while practicing his knuckle game. As of late, he's been getting more press than your favorite rapper. I think it all started when he gave Miami white rapper Stitches a straight up one-hitter quitter bully beatdown. After stalking the game for hours in the rain, Stitches ran headlong into a Wack 100 overhand right that sent him to Queer Street. This little dude is about that life. Peep the video of Wack 100 knocking out Stitches. Wow, that guy can punch. I'm not going to show the video. Well, maybe. Let's see. Will it show? I don't know. No. So get out of there. Okay. Somehow, Wack's been thrown into the Meek Mill / game beef. The way I understand it, and I could be wrong, is that he and Mano had a gentlemanly phone conversation about the Meek situation, and then the game filmed a Meek diss video in Brooklyn. Mano went to post an IG pic of him and his mans chilling on Gates and Nostrum, Brooklyn, with the hashtag not here. Wack 100, catching feelings and feeling some type of way, felt that Mano had disrespected Game's camp, as though Mano had shut down the game from filming in his hood. Straightway, Wack called out Mano, questioning his gangster and challenging Mano to go fisticuffs. Catch a fade. Catch this fade. After Mano explained that Wack got it twisted and Wack still didn't want to back down from the fade, Mano quickly responded, "You can get your fade, Caesar, flat top, or baldy." Oh, damn. What a great comeback. What a great comeback. I said, after Mano explained that Wack got it twisted and Wack still didn't want to back down from the fade, a fade is a fight. Mano quickly responded, "You can get your fade, Caesar, flat top, or baldy." Oh, damn. I'm such a great writer. Now, if you know like I know, Mano ain't pussy. He had niggas spooked with his hand of God beatdowns. Mano's street cred is without blemish, having beat up the likes of Lil Cease, his goons beating up Bunky S.A., checking Trinidad James, bitch slapping Young Berg, pistol whipping a would-be robber with his own gun, and many more street tales of a goon gone wild. Mano wears the scar of street fuckery proudly across his face. The problem for Mano is that why was his man's Uncle Murder out in Brooklyn co-signing the game beef by appearing in Game's video? Mano says that he's the king of Brooklyn. Whether on Gates and Nostrum or not, the Game was in Brooklyn filming with his right-hand man, Uncle Murder. Perhaps Mano is not the king of Brooklyn, but rather the king of Nostra and Gates, or Gates and Nostran. Does Mano even live in Brooklyn anymore? Or did he fly/drive in to take a contrived photo op to put his 2 cents into the beef mix? This appears to be what got Wack's panties in a bunch, and rightly so. So what do we make of this West Coast gangster Wack 100 coming at arguably the realest street rapper in the game? Dare I say that Mano would have made the likes of Tupac sit his ass down somewhere if shit got real? And here is Wack giving him the business. Is Wack 100 the anti-Suge Knight? Someone who is becoming revered and feared for all the right reasons, unlike Suge Knight? Or is he a boss bully, a dude who doesn't take no shit and means what he says and says what he means? The internet has been associating Wack's name with Suge Knight, but there is a distinct difference in the street approaches. Suge Knight always seemed to be the aggressor, a bully of the Debo variety, and people like me were none too happy when we saw the barbershop guy knock him the fuck out. It was like Christmas in July. I've never respected Suge's gangster. Seems to me that he always had niggas putting in work for him. It would be two little niggas that would pull his whole card. A dude in Miami who shot the shit out of him, and the barbershop dude who beat that nigga over the head with the lead pipe where he got a first-class ticket to TMZ. Oh, the memories. Wack 100, as it stands, is the anti-Suge Knight, a dude who reps for his team and will fight anyone who disrespects his team, just as Stitches. He is not of the bully variety like Suge Knight. Wack honors the phantom street code and believes violators must be dealt with. In the case of Mano, Wack aims to mete out justice, but this might be justice gone awry. I hope that these guys can talk peacefully, because nothing good and will come from a fight. Too much is at stake if they ever were to square up. The loser will seek retribution of a higher form. Lives might get lost. In my opinion, both are worthy combatants, both are street savvy, and both have a knuckle game. Too many people have lost their lives on a bullshit tip. And this little misunderstanding should be filed as a bullshit tip. Like, really, don't they have children and families to raise? As for me and Wack 100, I'm still butthurt over you not giving me that photo op, but hopefully one day I'll get that pic. See you at the next K-Slay party. That's my article. I don't know why they didn't put my name. I don't know why my name ain't on the motherfucker. That's crazy. My goddamn name. Anyway, that's my article. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. Anywho, the proof that it's my article is right there. Well, that's not the right article. The proof that is my article is right there. See? Let me back up. That's the proof that is my article. Khalil Amani checking out Wack 100 Anti-Shug or Boss Bully on the Khalil Amani Reader. Can't be stealing nobody's work. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, my man's read this article. Yes, he did. I said, Wack 100, he read that article at allhiphop.com. And he let me know he read it. He let me know he read it when he posted this on Instagram. He wrote this in Instagram. Yo, hey yo, World Star J, you need to bring this guy to your team at Khalil Amani. At Khalil Amani wrote a caption that had me ready to whoop his ass, made me research, forced me to his link to see what the fuck was going on. In other words, he knows how to pull you in to the story. Hashtag one hell of a job. Aw, thank you, Mr. Wack 100. But as you see, Wack 100, when he read the title, he says here, he was ready to whip my ass. Not to whip, to whoop my ass. But Wack 100, being a very smart fellow, he says my title forced him to do some research and forced him to go to my link to see WTF, what the fuck was going on. And he concludes by saying, in other words, he, Khalil Amani, knows how to pull you into the story. Thank you. I appreciate people that get it. And so my writing on Wack 100, it was not disrespectful. I gave props to him being a businessman and a street dude. I gave props to Mano. I suggested that they squash it and leave it alone. And Wack 100 got it. It was silly. It was fun. And Wack 100 evidently has a sense of humor. And I went on to tell him about the incident a year before this article when I was in New York at the DJ K-Slay party where he snubbed me, where he blew me off when I asked him for a photo op. And he addressed that as well by saying this. By saying this. Hold on so you can see it. By saying this. He says, Wack 100 at Khalil Amani. Wasn't intentional, my nigga. I might have been moving or on a nigga. I got you whenever. Appreciate the press. Hashtag West. And I respond at Wack 100. Cool. You just made my week. And he did. I like Wack 100. I'm a little to nobody, basically, and he's a big fish. And he responded to me when I told him that I asked him for a picture, and he snubbed me, blew me off, told me to check with him later. And he let me know that it wasn't intentional, my nigga. And he gives me a reason. He says, I might have been moving or on a nigga. like about to fight. He says, I got you whenever, meaning whenever we meet again at a party or wherever we meet. And then he thanked me and says he appreciates the press I gave him at allhiphop.com, a hip hop site that's respected, that gets an estimated 37 million views a month. He saw what it was. He saw what it was. That's right. And since that time, about a year ago, I've even been on Wack 100's Clubhouse YouTube show where he interviewed me. That's right. See right there? Wack 100 interviews Khalil Amani on Clubhouse. Let me give a special shout out to Leak You. See where it says Leak You? Y'all go subscribe to Leak You. She does a lot of information on government conspiracies, UFOs, aliens, and a lot of stuff. A smart biracial sister that really does great work on YouTube. Leak You. Her other channels are called Interloper Nation. Go subscribe. But yes, I have even been featured a year ago in 2024 on Wack 100's show on his Clubhouse channel. Oh yeah, our interaction goes from Straight Stunting Magazine to parties to me writing a blog about him where he wanted to whip my ass. And now, a year ago, he brought me up for an exclusive interview about my life as a government informant. So let me say this as I close. I've had a wonderful hip-hop career. I've met a lot of fucking people. I am somebody. The proof is in the pudding. But as a writer, you always have to be cognizant of your words because you might run into those people that you just wrote about. And I ain't no Billy Badass gang member tough guy. And today I'm 65 years old, so I ain't got no business trying to fight anybody. The only people I could probably beat up are people my age or a nigga that might be 17 years younger than me who's got a stroke and his left side doesn't work. You know, old slewfoot slim ass nigga. But other than that, I ain't trying to fight nobody. But shout out to Wack 100. Shout out to you, my brother. Thank you all for listening. This will be filed in my playlist under the Khalil Amani files. Oh yeah. When niggas say I wasn't writing, I didn't have no titles or no content, I was chasing another writer's content because I was out of ideals, he's a motherfucking lie. I wrote so much shit. And that's why I'm sharing these articles with you. And if you want to see more of what I write, go to my playlist and go to the Khalil Amani files. With that, we'll talk to you soon.